We all love Mario, and in my lifetime, I have seen very few instances of people hating on this franchise, and one complaint I've seen very rarely is how offensive Mario is. But going forward, it's being claimed that Mamma Mia will no longer be used by Nintendo because it has been deemed too stereotypical. I have a few different things that I want to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content that I create, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media so you can see when my content is posted, and of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and live streams I create, consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon or a supporter via YouTube memberships. Now, of course, we are talking about offensive content, and this article is done by none other than TheGamer. Super Mario fans think Mamma Mia has been replaced with Wowie Zowie. Now, you might be thinking, wow, these are some bold claims, and there's gotta be a lot they're going off of to write a whole article on it. In one of our least favorite communities, Reset Era, is where this all stemmed from. It says Super Mario fans think that one of the mustached plumber's most famous catchphrases, Mamma Mia, has been replaced with Wowie Zowie in Super Mario Bros. Wonder. From the very first trailer for Super Mario Bros. Wonder, it's been clear that it's been aiming to be very different from any of the other recent 2D Mario games. Now, this is a title that comes out in October, and I personally am extremely excited for it. I will most likely be playing it on the channel, and I know a lot of other people are very excited for this, but it says not only is it dropping more basic style used in the new games, but it's also introducing features like the Wonder Seeds that make things ultra trippy and weird. Combine that with the new elephant power-up, and Wonder is looking like a far cry from the new games. I'm always happy to see, what Nintendo is going to do new and differently. We can't keep getting the same experience over and over. It seems like they're making enough changes with it still being an authentic Mario experience. But it says, as unique as Super Mario Bros. Wonder looks from the rest of the series, the biggest change is that, of course, Charles is not going to be voicing Mario and Luigi anymore, meaning that the pair sound a little different this time around. That's been strange enough to see as it is, but some fans think that an even bigger change could be on the way and that one of the series' most famous catchphrases could be getting replaced. Now, you would think that they would have, again, a lot to go off of to write a whole entire article on this, but it all stems from a Reset Era post. It says Reset Era user Birdie pointed out that the footage we've seen for Super Mario Bros. Wonder so far has prominently featured the phrase Wowie Zowie, most notably when a character transforms into an elephant. Now, it is important to point out that Wowie Zowie is not a new phrase by any means. It has been used in previous games. Most notably, it was used at the very beginning of Luigi's Mansion 3. He decides to say in that opening cutscene Wowie Zowie instead of something like Mamma Mia. So it's not a brand new phrase, but it is definitely used far less than something like Mamma Mia. I mean, you'd think that we would have already gotten at least 2 Mamma Mias in all of the Wonder footage between teasers and trailers and gameplay, clips that we have seen. You'd think that we would have heard that already, and we haven't, which I definitely think is a little bit odd. But Birdie has actually theorized that this could be a new catchphrase for this series and that it could be even trying to replace Mamma Mia, which some have deemed stereotypical in the past. Now, they say which some have deemed stereotypical in the past, but there's no link to any conversation where that's mentioned, and in the Reset Era post, it's not called offensive either, so deemed stereotypical in the past by who? They don't actually say who. My guess is them, TheGamer, combined with Reset Era users, because it's the delirium that Reset Era users would come up with. Everyone complains about everything, right? But it shouldn't even be seen as a problem unless it's trending and there's people really angry about it, and that doesn't exist. There's no trending threads on Twitter/X or Reset Era. It's just a writer for TheGamer that said, oh, people have said it's offensive and stereotypical, yet they don't actually link to anything. They don't link to any proof of this, not even one other human being in the world that has ever said this. All the gamer does is link to things that they think could offend people, then write pieces like this and claim it's been deemed stereotypical and offensive in the past. And it's why I do not like the gamer. It's why I do not trust the gamer. But I did find this interesting because, of course, this Reset Era thread was brought up. And when I did a little bit more research, we of course, saw the success of the Super Mario Brothers movie only a few months ago, and this article had popped up saying why Mario only says Mamma Mia twice in Super Mario Brothers movie. Now, the term stereotypical is used in this, but it's not saying that people find this stereotypical phrase offensive. It says this is partially due to Chris Pratt doing a different voice, rather than mimicking Charles Martinet's stereotypical Italian accent. Pratt goes for the Brooklyn accent that is seen in this Super Mario Brothers Super Show. So it does bring up a stereotypical accent, but it doesn't say that the phrase itself is stereotypical. And if you look at Super Mario Brothers Wonder, their voices are not drastically different, right? Mario and Luigi, they don't have a completely different accent now, so you would think that they would still be utilizing Mamma Mia going forward, and maybe they are. I think that it is important to point out that just because this TheGamer article points out a Reset Era thread that mentions, oh hey, we haven't seen Mamma Mia throughout all of the footage we've gotten of Wonder so far, that does not mean that Mamma Mia isn't going to be part of this, that it has been deemed too offensive and too stereotypical and we won't see it. At this point, we don't know if Nintendo is replacing it. The article, though, was clearly created to stoke the flames of outrage leading up to Mario Wonder's release, behind the idea that it's offensive without them coming right out and saying it, or why else would you cover this? This article, to me, seems like it's an attempt to rile up random people that actually do think it's offensive, so that they'll start complaining and start a thread on social media. I mean, I don't know exactly, but to me that's definitely what I am taking from this situation. I wouldn't put it past them either, because right now there's no trending threads on this. No one is talking about Wowie Zowie versus Mamma Mia, and Nintendo definitely hasn't come out and said, you know, we're just moving away from Mamma Mia. Wowie Zowies, Mario and Luigi's newest saying, we don't have any hard proof pointing to that, except for some theories posted by Reset Era, a community I definitely wouldn't get my news from, and TheGamer, who I also do not trust at all. I personally don't find Mamma Mia to be offensive at all. I'm sure many other people do not find it to be offensive at all either. Again, I have very rarely seen people say Mario is offensive in any way, shape, or form. And even if they did decide to try to bring Wowie Zowie into the mixture a little bit more, I don't hate the saying. I don't think it's as good as Mamma Mia because it's just not as iconic. It doesn't have the same feeling, at least to me personally. But maybe in Mario Wonder, they won't be using Mamma Mia as much. We don't really know. The game is not out yet. It doesn't release for a couple more months. We still have a lot of gameplay that we still need to see. Maybe Mamma Mia has been replaced with Wowie Zowie, but I definitely do not trust Reset Era, and I do not trust TheGamer. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this and of course found it important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.